Hello. So, today is Labor Day in Wisconsin, and it's turning out to be a pretty gorgeous day out there. But I started my day around 4 o'clock this morning, waking up, and I started doom scrolling. Well, I started scrolling, and it turned into doom scrolling. Let me explain how that looks for someone like me. My algorithm is generally full of, well, forget it. It's generally full of projects that are going on all over the world. Some of these are probably fake AI generated, but even if it's AI generated, it tends to find a way to me and inspire me for my plans and stuff. But along with that comes in my algorithm, there are things like, well, I ask you, have you missed the point? Has humanity missed the point in general? And there's a lot of that that shows up in my algorithm. And one of the first plans, the first projects I plan to do when I get my office situated eventually is to put together an argument for the they. You know, like when I tell you how to terraform, people will respond like, well, they won't let you do that. When I tell you how to do sustainable food and stuff like that, they say, well, they won't let you do that. One of the first projects I have is my argument to they, whoever they are, if they are. So there's a lot of things that can creep in that are like, we're all going, this is all screwed. It's done. It was done since 1913 or whatever the hell. And when that doom scroll starts to happen, things start to crop in and say like, what if I'm too late? I'm building my office so slowly. It seems like it's constantly being pushed back. But what if I'm already too late? What if no matter what I do, say, think, meditate on, what solutions I find, what if it's already too late? And that's when the doom scrolling really starts. Well, my plan for today was like every other day I get off like this, to wake up, find a subject, meditate on the subject, and see if I can come up with a talk out of my meditation. But going into that process today, starting with the origin of doom scrolling, really all I could do was let that go, ask for direction, and then do the work. And this is the direction today's meditation went in. It started with doom scrolling. It's important to remember that, though. I was constantly having to remind myself of that while I was doing this meditation. One of the first subjects, I went to a birthday party night before last. It's the one night a year I go out. At least it has been for the last 2 years. And I was with my friends that I don't really see all that often. And one of them asked me that they, as a couple, were watching my work and they're like, did Jason get religious? Have I gotten religious? I think that should be answered. I struggled for decades to answer a question. The circumstances in which I answered that question warranted some reflection.